Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. Guys, if you don't already follow me over on social media, just hit me up. It's at JustMikePlays over on Twitter. And if you are enjoying this series, why don't you to show your support by dropping a like? Just drop it right now. You might as well just drop it. You know you're going to enjoy the video. Obviously overwhelmed, guys, by the support shown on my first video. It's beyond belief kind of what it kind of hit. You guys seem to really like the kind of structure that I did on it and everything. So yeah, I suppose I best keep that up at night. It takes a little bit longer. It's definitely worth it in the long run. Quality over quantity, as I've always said. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the episode. Yeah, of course he fell awkwardly and sprained his wrist. Yes, nice one. Wanker. Also, we have got on trial Grant Holt, the legend. Okay, maybe no, he's out injured to 8 to 9 months. Yeah. Just a quick update for you guys on the tactic. Nothing too in depth today, but if you do want to see me go into a little bit more depth from this point of view, then make sure you just drop it in the comment section down below. Just a standard back four at the moment. We've got the limited fullbacks on left and right as well. I did try wing backs and fullbacks, but this is the one that seems to work the most from here. We've then got in the defensive midfield spot, we've got him playing as a ball winning midfielder. Hopefully you can kind of get all of that kind of job just done in front of that back four there. Just kind of mopping up anything that's kind of coming through and obviously winning the ball back and hopefully then starting the play from defence to attack. We've then got the bit that is a little bit of a stumbling block at the moment, which probably needs to be tweaked. I've got an advanced playmaker sitting in the midfield role. Not really too sure about that one. It's working at the moment, but I can see frailties in that one so far, purely because we've got another advanced playmaker just in front of him as well. So sometimes it doesn't always work out. Wide out wide on the left and right, both wingers, and then a target man up top. So far it's working not too badly at all. Yeah, well, obviously I suppose you want to kind of see what's been going on, haven't you, and see how well it has been working. Well, I'll show you. Cox with the ball on the left hand side for them now, as Charlotte Independent do look to start an attack. It's got Martinez now into Herrera into Ekra. God, do you think these American names would be slightly more easy? Oh, a lovely ball over the top to Finley. Oh, he's banged it! Oh my word, that's gone in. What? That was yeah, that was actually pretty decent, to be fair. What a scorcher from Finley there. Got a corner now. Can we actually get a response in this match? Oh, it's gone in. It's off the post, I believe. It's Barnes, the defender. Barnes coming up big when we needed him. That's 1-1. There it is, guys. It did actually end 1-1. We're the more dominant team overall, I would feel. Just not clinical enough on the day. 15 shots, but only 4 of them on target, which is very, very disappointing considering they had 5 and 3. Best improve. We've got a corner now. If we play it deep to the area, it's Mboingine. Can't pronounce his name, but he scored an absolute banger. That's 1-0 to Revolution. He's celebrating by himself. Poor man. Got the ball now. Plays it into Carr. Out wide now to Bunbury. Bunbury, what's going to do with it? Needs to pass it on. Pass it on, son. Pass it on. He has done. Oh, Diego. Bunbury's carried on his run. He's through. Oh, there it is. What a finish. But once more, we need to work on this celebrating thing, lads. Why is no one going with him? Poor Bunbury. Got a throw in on the left hand side now. Plays it into Smith. Smith just on the pitch. Fresh pair of legs. Plays a ball in. Bunbury back. But look at that. He can't even bother to celebrate anymore because he's so disappointed still that no one celebrated last time. An unpronounceable name now. Plays the ball out wide to Smith. That's a nice easy one for me. Into Nguyen. Into Dorman. Into unpronounceable name. This is some nice patient build up from us here. Back to Dorman now. Back to Nguyen to Gamble. Taking a gamble on Michael Gamble. Unpronounceable name. Plays it out to Nguyen. Oh, he's waiting a little bit of space here. He's banged it. Oh, what a finish. What a finish from Nguyen. I can't pronounce his name, but he scored a goal. There it is, guys. 4-0. Very dominant performance from us from start to finish in this one. 12 shots, 6 of those on target. It's more possession than them as well. It limited them to very limited chances. They couldn't really work anything when they did have the ball. We got the ball back off them very, very quickly. High pressing line in this one. And it just seemed to work out all well for us. Prices are going up. £10 for this one. Soccer with Brian. Let me know if there's anyone I should be keeping my eyes on. got a free kick now. Are we going to be able to work anything from this? Plays it into Woodbury into Newman into Toja. So a lot of the new players, obviously, in this match here today, hopefully putting in a solid performance. A lot of trial players as well. Here is one of them, Toja, now on trial for us. Can he put in a decent performance to make me want to give him a contract? He's played the ball into Mbwain. Mbwain is on trial as well. I can't pronounce his name, so hopefully I'll have to change that if we do sign him. But he's made it 1-0. Ngain. Can't even pronounce my own players' names. Oh, he's lost the ball out here to ring it into Palmer. Palmer with a lovely little trickery there. Plays it into an unpronounceable name. Wojcicki. I don't know. Oh, for God's sake. Ring. Can't we just play it to players that I do know? Yeah, Palmer. There we go. This one. No, Palmer on the ball. Plays a lovely ball out wide here to Franco. Franco whips into the middle. It's the guy with the W for the goal. To be fair, we didn't really deserve anything out of this match today. We're a much stronger team. They played a really high line, very pressing game, and yeah, lucky to come away with just the draw. Okay, so I may have just forgotten to actually record any other highlights. There wasn't overly much to see though. Kevin Kerr grabbing player of the match against his old team, which is very pleasing for me. They actually had more possession of the ball, but they couldn't really do much with it. When we did break through, they're kind of like quite defensive line. Their goalkeeper was just on form, and yeah, it wasn't really much to see, but I suppose we didn't lose. Put a thing in Mike, how could you do it twice in a row? Well, I did. This one was quite a fun match to watch as well. 1-1, obviously picking up another draw, so still not lost in pre-season, which is really pleasing to see. 18 shots, 9 of those on targets, but only convert 1. That's the one that's slightly disconcerting for me. Defence stood firm in this one for most of the kind of threats that they were putting to us as well. But yeah, pretty happy with this performance overall. The tactics seems to be slowly clicking together. They've got the ball on the right hand side here as Walls plays the ball into the middle into Forbes. Forbes plays the ball through, slips it through. Duba. Oh, keeper saved it. Oh, he's rebounded it. Oh, Volesky has scored the goal. We'll go 1-0 down quite early on in this game. We need to make amends now. The first half was very poor performance from us. Obviously 1-0 down still, but we need to come out in this second half fighting. Oh, one of the new guys has come through. The Charlie Vavern has scored a goal for us. 1-1, we're back on level terms. What a celebration. We do have a corner now. It's Tyranny's gone across to take this one. He plays into the middle. It's well won. It's played in. Oh, Farley, he's scored a goal. What a goal, Farley. The youngster scored for us. That's 2-1. Perez has been pretty good with his hold-up plays. He does it once more. The Triley on loan with us just to the end of the pre-season plays it out to Diego. Diego into Kofi. Oh, Kofi, lovely ball over top to Diego. Diego now, can he find a play in the middle? He does find Bunbury. Back post, OP for the win. That's another goal for us. There you go, guys. It has finished 3-1 against the Rochester Rhinos in the last game of the pre-season. Pretty happy overall, no losses, which is very pleasing to see. Obviously, apart from the one in the first episode, but we kind of couldn't forget about that one. Very evenly fought contest, this one. I wish I could have won it. Pleasing to see that we were the more clinical on the day, though. Obviously, 3 shots on target and 3 goals. That's all I've got to say that one. But I suppose best getting the live com. Here's just an overall overview. Does that work? Overall overview of the matches that we played in pre-season. So obviously you can see only the one loss, which is the first episode, but that was great. But other than that, yeah, pretty pleasing. I suppose could have turned a few more of those draws into victories, but overall, yeah, it wasn't a bad pre-season. Could have done better, I suppose, but tactics seems to be slowly clicking into place as well, which I'm very pleased about. Here's the ins and outs. Well, it's all ins, no outs. Kevin Kerr, who we kind of mentioned in the last episode, 92k from Pittsburgh Rovers. Another option in that defensive midfield option. We've got a defender in Akpam as well. Toja is more of an attacking midfield player. And then we've got Tally Hall, who's brought in as another option in goal. I've got a few players out who still are on trial. We've got Mbwain, who hopefully I can get a contract done. Okay. He's decided to join Timballs too. Akpam has actually, obviously, officially now signed with us. The Nigerian international has a clearance. Kevin Kerr looks pretty decent, as I'm sure you will agree. Got Tally Hall, just another option in goal because why not? Toja, as I said, can kind of play multiple positions as well, which is really pleasing. A few more players we've got here from Ververen, this guy from Finland. He's on trial, along with Perez as well. They're pretty impressive me so far, so I'm sure we'll get them over the line soon. Just some stats for you guys. As you can see, we've got a fairly young squad. Los Angeles, LA Galaxy, obviously having one of the oldest squads. Dallas having the youngest, which is quite pleasing. Height, I'm not really too concerned about. There's not really much in it there. Weight, again, not really too concerned about either. All caps or international caps. Wage bill, though, as you can see, we're one of the very lowest there. Toronto paying 12, on average 12 grand a week as well. All positions, so what we've got here. Anything concerned about? We're not in the lowest for any of those, which is pleasing, but we're not in the highest either. So we're probably somewhere around the middle. We've got a few concerns though, as you can see. Decision making, first touch, and strength, teamwork, and aggression seem to be quite low. Aggression I'm not really too concerned about, but teamwork and strength are two that are probably quite concerning in that list there. We then move on to goalkeepers. Again, we are lowest for handling, which isn't the best at an average of 10 across our goalkeepers, which is slightly concerning. That's the only one that's really kind of standing out to me at the moment, though. All the other ones seem quite high. We're good at command and area, good at one-on-ones. Agility could be slightly better. Reflexes and kicking, not too great. Error reach is okay, though, along with throwing. But overall, yeah, pretty happy with the stats just there. Into the defence, as you can see, we're second in tackling, which is absolutely amazing. Only Los Angeles obviously beating us that one. Defensively, we've seen quite strong. There's only positioning that we actually seem to be quite far down the list of. Obviously not top on any of them, but again, obviously not worse than any of them. But lots of 2s and 3s in there, which is very, very pleasing to see. So look at that, good tackling, good jumping reach, marking as well. Pace, which could slightly be worked on, but overall, yeah, pretty happy with that. We then move on into the midfield. Slightly concerned with this one. A lot of low numbers, all in the teens as well. Well, not 10. 10's not a teen. 10-teen. But again, none that are actually the lowest in the league. But yeah, by far off that kind of average. I want to kind of be 6th or 7th in most of these. So that's an area that I probably will need to work on. Long shots isn't something overly concerning, but we are 18th. So we then move on to the attack again. Not enough players in the single digits for my liking here. Again, we're not worst club on anything. Quite surprised we're not the worst club on heading. Chicago seems to be quite far away from us as well. So we're second from bottom, and they're still quite drop off us there. But yeah, it's not the best. 17th in finishing. That's slightly concerning for me. Season ticket update, we've actually sold 7,500. We've got another 100 left to potentially be sold as well. So that's obviously bringing in a fair few amount into the club in terms of money. I'm not really too sure what we sold last season, so I've got nothing really to base it on. I've just gone normal on these two guys. Yeah, I would have gone high on the MLS one. Not really too overly concerned about the domestic cups, but it wasn't an option. So I've had to go normal. I will show you this at the start of every single season, just so you guys can be up to date with all of the kind of finances and what we're going to be paying out for the end of the season. Before the start of the season, we've just got a report through here of the players that are out injury. We've got Charlie Davis, which is unfortunate, although I don't think he would have probably featured anyway. Scott Caldwell, he would have featured as well, although he might still be back for the game anyway, although he might not be 100% fully fit. Kobayashi as well, he's played really well for me in pre-season. He possibly would have been in contention to start on the bench with an option to come on at some point throughout the game. He might be able to still possibly make it as well, but one player who won't be is Gonzalez. Here we go, boys. No pressure. I'm here to make my managerial debut. God. We're actually going to the away game. Every chance we're walking away with something. Slight favourites over Seattle as well. So, yeah, I think the pressure is slightly on. Right, okay, let's have a little bit of scouting before we actually kind of get set up and go into today's match. As you can see, they are kind of most vulnerable against facing a 4-2-2-2 DM. So I suppose that's something quite similar to what I was playing before, but it's not what I'm playing now because it didn't really work out for me. Their most successful formation is, so they're kind of playing something, I suppose in a way quite similar to me, but with two defensive midfielders rather than the kind of one-on-one that I've got on there. Most common assists, they are going to be attacking me down the right hand side as well. As you can see, general overall, again, their team is slightly older than us, slightly taller than us, heavier than us, which I don't think really boasts anything. More international caps, which I'm not really too concerned about. They're paying higher wages. Their player value is higher than ours as well, and they've got 3 players unavailable. I think that's the wrong way around. I've got 3, they've got 1. Moving to all positions now, slightly more in favour of them. I'm not too really sure why I'm slightly favourite. It's maybe the fact I've come off a better pre-season possibly, but they've got better decisions, better first touch. We're better at passing though. Strength there goes in their favour. Work rate is fairly even. Teamwork goes to them. Yeah, overall they're the kind of team on paper I suppose good. But then we move into goalkeepers. Our goalkeepers are much stronger than their set of goalkeepers, which is very, very pleasing to see. As you can see, our kicking is better. Let's have a look at the main ones we're looking at here. Agility, their goalkeeper is more agile than ours as a whole. Throwing is better. Aerial reach is much, much better. Command of area, one-on-ones throwing. Yeah, so I think we win this one. So that's 1-1. We move into defence. A little bit closer this one is, but again, I think this one definitely shades more into ours. They're only beating us on the one, which is positioning, which we knew we were slightly down on from when we looked at overall against the league there. Tackling is much better though, which is good. Heading is much better. Jumping, which is better. Marking is better. Overall, our defence should be better than theirs. So this one should be a game where our defence outdoes their defence, but will it outdo their strike force? That's what we're going to be up against. We then move into midfield. This is where it swings back into favour of them. Yeah, they actually beat us on every single aspect of midfield. It's going to be an area that I really need to readdress, but there's not really a lot out there. I've been looking, guys. I've got a few players still left out on trial. Seeing if we'll possibly be bringing them in as well. But yeah, they've outdone us on every single one. Look at our decisions. 12.33 their averages to our 9.87. That is not good at all. We then move into attack, and again they've pretty much outdone us on all but 2 areas. We were better at anticipating our movement, which I suppose are key, but not as key as that finishing one right at the top there. They're also better at long shots, heading, absolutely annihilators in the heading department. We do actually kind of beat them in acceleration as well, but only by a bit. They're a lot more pacey as well. Overall, their attacking line as a whole outdoes ours, but so we've got a better defensive line. They've got a better attacking line. This could be a game against where it's back against the walls for us. I'm not really 100% too sure how this is going to go, to be perfectly honest. In the previous 5 matches, Seattle Sounders used 3 different formations. I think this one's going to be a lot of them attacking us and us possibly just defending our assets off and maybe catching them on the counter break. I think this is possibly how this game could go down. I mean, they've got a very, very strong attacking line. I mean, you know, they've got some really standout players. They've got the Austrian international. I can't pronounce his name. You know the guy I'm talking about. I'll hopefully show him on screen. But yeah, they've got him, and they've also got the Captain America himself, Clint Dempsey, as well. You know, when they've got players of that caliber in the squad, it's going to be a tough one. But predictions, I'm going to say we'll come away with a draw. We're now into the big leagues. Look at that, £32 being charged per match. Sounders line up with Fry in goal, Jones, Marshall, Torres and Pintos as their back 4. They've got Pinder and Alonso as the defensive partnership midfield. They've then got Valdez on the right, Ivan Stinjic on the left, Dempsey is attacking midfield, and they go for a lone striker in Morris. We've lined up with Hall in goal, Tyranny playing left back, Farrell playing right back, Apam and Sambina playing a defensive partnership, Calderwell playing as a defensive midfielder, Kofi slightly more advanced in that midfield role central. We've got Rowe on the right, Diego on the left, and Guyin playing as the attacking midfielder, and Aguin and I don't know, number 17 up front. Not even 5 minutes into the game and we're already under pressure. Free kick, but it's well defended by the wall there. They do look to now play the ball back over the top. Oh, he's been caught offside though. I've got an opportunity to break now with Diego on the ball. Plays it back to Caldwell. Caldwell into Nguyen. Nguyen back to Diego once more. He plays it. Oh, lovely ball through. Lovely going through. Oh my word. It's played out. Whoa. What's it? What? That's a goal, surely. I thought that was in for a slight minute there. We've got a throw in deep inside our own half now on this right hand side. A lovely long throw in there, but it's actually intercepted by Dempsey. Dempsey out to unpronounceable name on the left hand side. Into Morris. Morris, lovely ball back post. Valdez with the finish. Tierney not picking up his man there. Valdez runs around to celebrate. 34 minutes in, it's Seattle 1, New England 0. That was not the best start to the match. And Tierney's picked up a yellow card. I'm not too sure what that was for. Possibly his shocking defending there as he just does not pick up his man. A lovely finish from Valdez. It's Seattle 1, New England 0. Jones now on the ball, back to Pinder to Dempsey, that's it, it's got to be Pinder surely, to Jones now, Jones back to Pinder to Dempsey. Oh, lovely change here, play, Morris with the shot, but it's dragged it wide. We're at half time now. It is Seattle 1, New England 0. And to be fair, on the grand scheme of things, that's not bad at all, because Seattle probably should be definitely in front by more goals than that. Defence has been playing not too bad. They are struggling to get through us, but they are causing a lot more problems than anything we are offering up front. You can see there they've got more possession, more shots, but only one of them on target. As I said, the defence has been standing firm so far. 2 yellow cards at the back, which isn't ideal. Tierney, obviously for his poor defending, but it wasn't that. Obviously, he was given a yellow card because he was complaining to the linesman because he thought it was offside. I'm going to move him to a wing back here and move Diego to an inside forward. Hopefully, he can kind of cause a few more problems that way as well. We're going to be looking to work the ball into the box, exploiting the left and right flanks. We really need to just start getting the ball now up to the guy up front. Yeah, clear the ball to flanks as well, maybe. Get the ball out wide and then just get it into the box. I think that's got to be the kind of thing that we're aiming for here. We've got to really offer something better in that second half, because that first half performance was just absolutely shocking. So yeah, let's get back into it. We can't play any worse than we played in that first half. First opening 10 minutes or so hasn't been too bad. Nothing's really happened. A lot of it's been bogged down in midfield. There is unpronounceable player on the left who's now kind of floated into the middle, picked up the ball. Alonso now plays the ball out to Pintos. Pintos, a lovely ball into the box. Oh, how the hell is that gone in? Morris with the goal, just not picked up there, and the goalkeeper just looked like he didn't even attempt to try and save that. Not really too sure. Hall's been really good for me during pre-season. Not really too sure what's going on with him here. But as you see, Alonso plays the ball outside to Pintos. Pintos picks the ball out, has time to just pick the player out in the middle, just peels away from the defender, heads it back across goal, and it's 2-0. Okay, something has got to give here. We cannot be doing this. I'm going to be playing Nguy up top now alongside Aguidello. I can't pronounce his fucking name. Deep line forward. He's playing really well for me, so not playing really well. He's playing better than anyone else on the field at the moment, so I don't really want to take him off. But I do need to offer something more going forward. And not going to be able to work the ball into the box now. Just going more direct. Just get the ball up to the front two, and hopefully we can score a goal. Diego now on the ball. Plays it into Nguy. He's supposed to be playing in more turns, but he's a kind of defensive striker, so he has come short there to that. Back to Diego now. Diego with a bit of time. Kofi into Nguy. Oh, he has a shot, but he drags it wide. Yes, alright. So the reason why I didn't do a substitution is because I actually forgot to name anyone in the bench. Manager of the year. Yeah, that's me. Manager of the year for sure. Nguy now. Obviously players get knackered. Can't believe I've got to put any players on the fucking bench. Kofi though, a lovely ball through. Number 17 plays it back post. Oh no, couldn't quite get there. Rao now looking slightly drained. Come on, Rao, get onto it, man. You've got to really put up with it. He's just dilly-dallying on the ball a bit. Plays it into Kofi. Kofi, yeah, plays it square to Caldwell. Caldwell now on the ball. Has a little bit of time and space into Nguy, number 17. Oh, he's gone through to Rao. Rao, back post. Oh no, it's not there. Come on, we're applying the pressure now. We've really got to get something going now. I've gone for route one. This is pretty much route one football. They don't seem to be going route one though. There is a slightly longer ball. They're still doing the patient build-up, which is what I did ask them to do at first. But now I really just want them to get the ball up front. There we go, Ro. Oh, he's done it as well. The long ball has worked. Just a long ball into the box, and Nguy just pulling off his defender. And there it is, 2-1. Could we possibly get a point from this match? Ro with a lovely ball, lovely weighted ball, and Nguy just putting on the end of it. That's Seattle 2, New England 1. Oh, now come on. This has been all us pretty much for the last 10 minutes now. We've managed to pinch a goal. Could we possibly do the impossible and get a point at least from this game? From 11 players who are just absolutely knackered. We've done it. Number 17 with the goal. A lovely ball, well worked in from the left hand side there, and 11 men, because I thought to bring any substitutes because the coaches thought we could only afford, oh, look at them all going over across to the linesman. Let's have a look at this. Nguyen with the ball out to Tyranny. What they can play, that is nowhere near offside. And I can't pronounce his name. I can't believe we've managed to pull this back. I really need to pronounce some of these players' names because I don't know how to say it. If anyone does know how to say it, if you could phonetically spell it down below, that would be awesome. But we've managed to draw. We've managed to pull a point back from this match. A much improved second half performance, I'm sure you'll all agree. But boys, a point, smash a like if you haven't already, for that point on the board right there from 11 absolute heroes. New England rescue a late draw indeed, grabbing goals within the last kind of 5 minutes of the game, just managing to just grab a point in that match. Absolute legends, each and every single one of them, especially as I did only name 11 players in the squad, no substitutes needed at all. So guys, there we have it. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. A 2-2 draw there. Absolutely amazing scenes towards the end of the match right there. We will be joining each other in the game against Columbus, as you can see right there, in a few days' time. I'll be obviously highlighting all that kind of stuff. But guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, don't forget to show your support by dropping a like. I have been Just Mike Plays, and I will speak to you legends soon.